name's Christopher Scott Jenkins. I'm 41 years old. Just turned 41 on September 2nd. Celebrated my second birthday out here on the streets. And this is where I live and where I hang out at. This is what I call home.
How long have you been out here?
A little over a year.
In this same spot?
Yep. Well, I started out on the other side of the fence, by the freeway. And I moved my kid over to here, just trying to be by myself. I got me and my dogs, and I'm happy with that.
If you had one thing, Chris, that you could change from your childhood or back to when you were doing everything, what would that be?
I would never start drinking. I tell that to my girlfriend's sons. You guys don't drink. Do you want to end up like me?
Is there anything that you'd like to share on this documentary, Chris, that's going to be able to share with the community, or something that's going to be able to help you or help the rest of the people that's out here?
Well, it's not so much that I could say that'll help you, except for you need to understand that one time I was in your shoes. And it's hard for me to admit, but at one time I was one of those people that turned their head and acted like they didn't see people like me. I had a job, I had a nice car, I had a family. I had basically everything that what people say is the normal life. But there is a song, it's called In the Blink of an Eye. And that's what happened to me. In the blink of an eye, everything changed. In the blink of an eye, I lost everything. Before I even knew it was happening, it happened. And I'm not blaming anybody. I'm just saying, people need to realize that. You could be sitting right next to me on this couch in the blink of an eye, asking me if you can stay on that mattress right there. Asking me if I have any food because you're hungry.
That's true.
It's not easy being out here at all. But we do make it. And we do it without hurting anybody. Sure, there is conflicts amongst us out here.
That's everywhere.
Exactly.
That's even when you live with a spouse, you have conflicts.
Exactly. I don't know where to go, but I know I got to get out of here because they said they're going to arrest me if I'm here tomorrow. And I don't really care about them arresting me. I just don't want them sending my dogs to the pound. And I don't want them throwing what little bit of stuff I do have, throwing it away. I went from having nothing but the clothes on my back and a sleeping bag to now I have a tent. I have this couch that I slept on for the last 2 months. Just because it's cooler out here. And I can have my recyclables right here by me. I have my dogs right here to watch over me, and I feel safe. Down the street, or I'm laying here asleep, or if I'm in my tent. If it's my time to go, it's my time to go, so I don't worry about that. And I wake up every morning and thank the Lord that I made it through another night.
How's your relationship with God now, Chris?
Very close.
Yeah, I see.
I don't wear this for jewelry. This has got my blood, sweat, and tears on it.
And I see your Bible there, so I know you read it.
That was given to me last night.
Was it?
I have another one, but the guy wanted me to have this.
You have cancer? What type of cancer?
Stomach cancer.
Stomach cancer?
I have 5 bleeding ulcers that turn into cancers. They told me the next beer I drink is probably going to be the last beer I drink. Because it's going to kill me. So I walked out of the hospital, went and bought a beer, and I said, "This one's on you, God." That was a year ago.
You pretty much gave up.
I did. I did give up. I felt I was dealt a raw deal, and I just said, for lack of better words, screw it. I'm gonna go buy me a beer, and if the doctors are right, this is gonna kill me. If the doctors are wrong, I'm gonna finish this beer and I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna get my next one. That's what I did.
Where's your dogs at?
I had to give them up.
Who'd you give them to, Chris? Who took them?
We moved last night. At 7:30 this morning, the cops at the new place we moved to. Tell us we gotta leave.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. The reason why I didn't have a blanket is because all my stuff's way over there.
Has anything come missing?
I haven't been out there for 2 days, so I don't know what I'm gonna come. I don't know what I'm going home to. I might not have nothing left. But I started off with nothing. If I have to start over again with nothing, so be it. I mean, there's not really anything I can do about it but go with the flow and take it day by day. I took my couch and I moved to another spot behind the old Walmart and set up camp there. And in less than 12 hours, they're out there throwing us out of that spot. So I moved to another spot, but it's way across town.
Are you gonna go to the hospital soon?
That's ironic thing. When I got up that morning and I hadn't died, I said, I'm getting out of here. My dogs weren't with me, nobody was out there with me. And I started walking to try and find my way back here. But like I said, I had no idea where the guy had taken me and dropped me off at. And I had to walk right past the hospital. And I started walking up towards the door. And I was so close to just check myself in. And instead I looked down and seen the ashtray and it had like 4 snipes in there. And I said, oh. And I grabbed the cigarettes out of the ashtray and I took off walking. I haven't been back since.
Community misjudges most of these people are decent people that have fallen on hard times. Take a look at me. I raised 3 children, educated them through college. They all own their own homes. They all have their own businesses. All 3 of them. And I too was homeless at one time. And because somebody was kind to me, and gave me a lift up, I feel like it's my duty to do the same thing for anybody else that can. Understand the hold that alcohol gets on a person. My brother was an alcoholic. It took twice in rehab to get him off of it. My mother died an alcoholic. People just simply do not know the hold that alcohol has on a human being, and it takes them nowhere but down, total, absolute destruction. And these, if they would try to help these people, give them a hand up, try to find a place for them, try to get them into rehab instead of harassing them like the cops do, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. Most of these people would respond, I think, and get themselves out of this terrible predicament they're in. But society keeps pushing them down, putting their foot on them. To society, these people are absolutely bones, worthless, and that is not the case. That is not the case.
That out here is not being okay, and you can get used to it if you be out here long enough. What they need to realize is basically they need to reach out more and help to get more places open for a lot of homeless people out here, because they want help, they need help. It's just that if you don't get on their level, or you don't come to their level, or subject to what they need help with, then they're gonna run away, or they're gonna run them off, because you're not helping them. You're not showing them love in that area of their life that they need help. Chris has taught me how to really open my heart up to anybody and everybody. He's one that makes his presence known when he's around. So he's a good leader and a role model. The community really needs to know that there's a really big need for shelters for a lot of these people. They need to know that their blood is as red as ours. There's no difference between myself and a homeless person. We just have a little bit of bad luck running down our road sometimes.
There you go. You know this song? You know that song?
Yeah, it's a Christian song, isn't it?
You don't remember what song it is? It's in the blink of an eye.
Is it?
Yeah.
My name and you caught it long before I learned to breathe. Sometimes I feel disappointed by the way I spend my time. How can I further your kingdom when I'm so wrapped up in mine? In the blink of an eye, let it go in. I'm closer than you and I've ever been. Time will fly.
Chris.